Well. Hello, everyone. I think you guys can hear me. I'm not sure, but let's hope I am. Let's go see the live stream on my side. Make sure it looks decent. Uh, this, sorry for the wait. I have some. How do I say this? Unfortunate luck with OBS acting up, but there's that. So, uh, let's see how much. All right, that seems good. Perfect. Let's go live. All right. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about all the problem, honestly. The OBS decided to poop, take a big poop on me tonight, and it well, yeah, it's OBS being OBS on Linux, so that's what happens. As as I stated, not as I stated, but as I wrote in my description, tonight we're running the N scale layout, but we're also going to be discussing the N scale layout. The main one, you clearly see the giant pile of a mess that the middle is, which is not great to look at, but at the same time, I'm it just means that it's ready for a good cleanup and an overall. Now that I have something working fine for the HO scale stuff, I'm gonna not take a step back as in stop working on it, but I'm gonna put more effort in my N scale stuff because I've been missing it. I have a lot of locomotives and pieces of rolling stock in general that are really like. I think I enjoy most of them more than my HO scale. There's nothing wrong with my HO scale. It's just I my N scale stuff has been handpicked by me for multiple years. So it's quite maybe the mess doesn't make it look like it, but I really enjoy that rolling stock. So we're gonna be running some trains on there today. Let's hope we don't have more problems than this. And after that, I actually am probably going to move the camera that sees the mess to another angle of the layout that's actually more complete. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So it's going to be this one. I'll just go move that one in a second and then make a train run. So you'll see some train running. You might not hear it well, but at least you might not hear it at all actually, but at least you'll see it. And since it's a DC setup without any sound, you won't be missing much. So I'll be right back. Actually, I could put some background music if you guys would like. I'll put the YouTube's own available free open music. So it's going to be much easier and safer also for copyright strikes. Plus, there's while it's not my type of music, there's more of most people's type of music on here. So unfortunately, Dave, I don't know if you're still here. I did not have the time to watch either of your two uploads, the yesterday's members update and today's train hall show. So no spoilers. I will be watching it soon. I've just been busier than expected. So YouTube Studio. Let's get some of that music quickly, or I'll just do what I did last time with my type of music. There's a no copyright sound channel, so that one is safe. It's gonna be easier that way. All right, so no copyright sound. Switch account. And no copyright sound. Is the stream looking decent for the image quality and the sound quality? Copyright. Just asking because I want to make sure it looks decent. I don't know if the internet feels slower on my side, but I'm not sure if it's because I'm streaming or if it's slower on my side and also impacting you guys. So Video is good. Sounds a little quiet. I can raise that. That's a hi August. Glad to see you here. I'm gonna say hi to everyone who came in. That's not a that will be done. I'm just finishing off everything here. So here you go. Play all quietly, super quietly, so it's not annoying to you guys. I don't want to blast your ears. I just want uh, properties. Uh, this. You guys should be hearing some music, but really not too loud. Let me know if it's too loud. I really don't want to blast your guys' ears. Just to have something in the background so it's not, a problem. And let's make sure you guys hear everything. Uh, like they've said, video is good, sound is low. Okay. Uh, let's try if I can remedy the whole thing. But again, for the music, I really don't want it to be blasted in your ears. I just okay, this is gonna do some feedbacks for you guys. I don't want that. Alright. So, let's leave it like that for a second. I'm gonna move the camera as I said, start running a train, and then we'll be good to go. Alright, so mic volume has been raised. I don't know why and it's peaking in the yellow here, so I'm not sure why it's that low. I'm gonna turn on the other camera, so webcam 2. It's actually great for the position. I'm gonna move again back to, actually, I'm just gonna leave it on for you guys, so that you guys can see it. And move the angle down a bit so you can see the train coming from under there. And I think it's actually gonna look good. Alright, so I'm back. I hope the mic's a little bit better now. First train is off, has started. I think the image quality seems nice. The brightness a little low on the main screen. I'll try to adjust that, but it could be worse. So let's view in the setting if I can get it to be a little brighter. Brightness, yes I can. Let's bring that up without losing too much of the colors. That's a little too strong for color balance. This. Now for color balance, let's see if I can remove. Let's see if it looks better now for you guys. It's not that bad. I mean, I've done worse. White balance temperature, let's see if remove this, how much it helps. I have a real mouse, I don't know why I'm fidgeting with this. Alright. So, to me it looks acceptable, I guess. Might not be the best colors you'll see, but with my lighting situation, I still need to upgrade. That's going to be done by a professional electrician. Might take a little while, but at least we've got some stuff ready. As you probably are noticing, I have my BC Rail engine back. It's right there. To my side, beside where the train is going. It's waiting at the light to be able to go. The reason for that is Rapido was quicker than expected and sent me a replacement. And as I said in the post I did on Facebook, they actually gave me a free freight car with that, which is amazing customer service. I was not expecting that, but I'm glad they did. Everybody loves free stuff, especially when it's that nice. Is it on the train or is it parked somewhere? I know it's not on the running train. Oh, there's a derailment already. And will the re-railer catch it? Yes, it did. Nice. It's not on the train, so... where is it? Oh, there it is. So, I'll bring it over with me. And this is the little car that they gave me. I thought it was quite nice. It's super detailed. For an N scale, it's an amazing level of detail. And the top is actually a magnet, so you can remove it with the magnetic stripe that they give you. Hi, Jim. Unfortunately, Jim, you might be disappointed tonight. I will not be climbing on chairs or jumping on stuff. So sorry about that. We will still try to have fun and make this stream interesting. And I see that the mic is still saying that it's not super high, even though it's 100%. How's the mic now? Is it better or is it still too low? Because otherwise I can try to find Raven's gonna leave now that he knows that chairs are not gonna be involved today. So I'll move this aside. So yeah, camera amount is slightly reduced, but that's for simply setup reason. It was easier to have this amount and click on add gain. Thank you. So not that. Right click on mic, filters, add gain. Okay. All right. Is it better now? This should be better. I just added 1 decibel of gain. 1.5. If that's not enough, then it's gonna be the laptop's gonna be the issue, because it shouldn't be that bad. Usually this headset picks up too loudly, and it's confirmed to be at the right spot, so I'm really not sure why it's being so quiet tonight. So, add 10. Okay. Will do. Will do. 10. There you go. It's a 10 extra, and I see the line is much higher. So if that's not enough, I'm going to turn it to 11. And let's see if you guys know the reference. And that camera froze. There you go. Yeah, perfect. Awesome. We won't turn it to 11 then. All right, so now that that's done, thank you, Kevin. I noticed it at the same time as you messaged it, so that's great. So yeah, now that that's done, we'll be running some trains. There's quite a few trains to run because this layout makes it easy to run 90% of my stuff. The 10% is my passenger stuff, which unfortunately decided to be a little annoying tonight. But the Japanese train that ran great for myself and then not so great when you guys were watching the stream last time will be run tonight because I'm going to attempt it again. I did not do any change to the layout, but I didn't do any change before the time it didn't work and the time it worked. So at this point, so the oranges pipe load on that is a actually fun story. I wanted some pipe loads on my cars, and because N scale is very small, I didn't know what to use. And then I realized those cheap paper straws that every restaurant gave you. This is one of those that I cut in 3. That is a paper straw from a Harvey's of all places. That I cut to size and put on there to make it look like giant pipes. The white lining inside from the paper straw actually helps the look in N scale, and I did I did spend way more time than I'd like to admit having a needle wire threaded through every single hole on the side of the car to make the anchoring on top. It probably took me over 2 hours to anchor it properly because as soon as the thread was split open, it wouldn't go through. I had to readjust it. It was a complete pain. But you know what? Why not? It was totally worth it. I really like the results. So yeah, that's the pipe load. Let's look at the chat. I see that a lot of people came in. I'm really happy about that. All right, so and if I stop moving, this time the camera's not frozen. I just don't move when I read. All right, so perfect. I see a lot of people here actually. Let's go through. So Lucky Kevin's here. Awesome. Dave, which I saw earlier. Awesome. Raven's here. Quite happy to see you. I see as well August that I said hi. Oh, camera actually froze. Nice. I will fix it. I saw the light turn off when it froze. So I'll change to this. This is not as nice looking, but is not as buggy. So let's. This can be adjusted. Yeah. There you go. Let's put that one. All right. So good enough. All right, so as I was saying, Raven's here, August is here. I see Jim here, glad to see him. Do I see other people? I'm sure I saw their name. Jeff just came in. Faulkner Station is here. Wow, what a crew tonight. I'm really happy to see everyone here. I'm doing great. Thank you, Faulkner. I'm quite happy that it started so strong. Thank you guys for coming in. So yeah, the stream will be about just running my N-scale stuff. I just realized I forgot to grab a battery. Well, I can see your name, Jim. I'm not watching. Well, technically, since you're in Dave's dungeon, I have a live stream from that dungeon, so you know that's a thing. Me and Dave decided to make money off of the dungeon stream, so why not? I thought, but no, that's why we make money. Don't put clothes on. Really, you should not put any clothes on. Uh, um, so yeah, we will be running the N scale stuff all night. I will go grab a battery to light up my control tower. I call it. I don't remember the English name for that. It's a tower where they use to control the yard and observe the yard, and the little yard building that is right. Do you see my finger? No, you. Wow, why is my finger? Oh, right there. The one right there. So we will turn on the lights for these little things. I just need to go grab a battery because it's battery powered, and I will be right back. Thank you, August. Yeah, thank you, Dave. Wow, that is not great from me. As I was saying, this lighting system was made when I lived at my friend's at my apartment. New. Yes, it took you 2 years. Give me a chance. Noob. Yeah, sure. Yeah, so I made the lighting system for the building at my friend's place my friend's place. I rented my an apartment from my friend, and he had, and I was in the living room. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it is. It is actually. You know how many times I gave you the easy suggestion because I knew what it felt like to be on your side? Let's see how it feels on my side now. Think about it that way. But yeah, so this was from back when it was in an upstairs place with a window near, so it would charge the battery because it's battery powered, but it can charge the battery that it's under with a small solar panel. And that solar panel it is on the layout as a part, as if it was actually used as a solar panel, and it is. Unfortunately, being in a basement, it doesn't get as much light. It doesn't charge the battery. But those LEDs apparently emit just enough light that it doesn't turn on the lights in the buildings unless I cover it. So that's why I had to go back. You can't really see in the building right. I was about to say right behind me, but you guys wouldn't know what's right behind me. Uh, Thank you, Dave. The building here, you should see my finger right there. Yep. That building, sorry, I'm watching the stream with a delay on my side. So that building here, you barely see the light simply because it's not that dark in here, but you see it a little bit more in the tower at the back. So there's that. So yeah, that train, funny story, that SD90 Big Mac, which is the same as yours, Dave, but with a different row number and an N scale, is a Kato. And that was my first, I think I said that before, my first engine that I bought separately in N scale. It was actually a combo. It was that one and this little Atlas Kato. It's an Atlas, but it was made by Kato for Atlas. Um, GP40, which both run amazing still. Um, these two were my are still, I think, my favorites, even though they were my first one for freight. My second favorite would actually be the BC Rail. That one, you don't have that model, Dave. It's the Dash 8. If you do come see me later this summer, I will definitely show you every single one of them and let you run them if you want on my layout. Also, if you want to bring some trains to run on my HO layout, I'm very much down to operate your stuff on my layout, both an actual op session, even though I don't really have many industries or any right now, and or just running trains on a different layout. But keep in mind, no scenery is going to be done by then. So if you want, you can, but you don't have to. Or if you buy trains on the way and you want to test them here, open an invitation. So yeah, that's the engine. That's why it's special. The caboose, you already know, Dave. It's my Rapido. Uh, it's actually a lot more work to set it up than to actually do one. I've set up one and I went to someone else to do one. And going to someone else, it's not bad. He gives you, it's a puzzle work in your mind, but it's just you go there, you run the train, and you go. You just fall. It's just instead of watching it go around, you actually have to do some switching. Setting a one up where you put the cars and make some cards and tell them where they need to go and stuff like that. That's a little bit more complicated, a little bit more work. Worth it if it's a reason to visit someone or have someone over, but it's a little bit more work. But yeah, so that caboose is the same, my Rapido caboose, but that's like yours. I'm again, those fancy and scale caboose are really hard to beat for looks, and everything else on the train. It's mostly micro train stuff. Just wanted variety, and since this layout is completely flat, I can put quite long trains. So to me, that's a long train, FYI. I know some people run actually 40, 50, 60 car trains. I don't have the space to run a 50 car trains, but somewhere around 15 to 18 cars on this layout looks pretty good to me. So that's where that's why this is a train I use a lot. Like August mentioned, that car, the pipe load cars is something I quite enjoy. I had that idea from HO scalers who use regular black plastic straws as pipe loads for their HO scale stuff, but it would be a lot more pipes and a lot longer, so you'd need a few straw, but it works. But since that worked even better, quite good for my N scale stuff, I'm very happy with it. So there's that. Soon I will be changing the train to the BC rail. The reason I'm not giving an option to people yet, not because it's not going to happen, it will happen tonight, is simply because those two are currently on the main line, and I need to remove the current train that's running to run everything else. So we're going to run what's on the main line right now, so that I can remove them and we can run something else later that you guys will choose. It's simply because those two are already on the track, and I only have one oval on that layout, which sounds small for such a, only having one loop for such a decent size and scale layout is weird, but this one will need to be redone eventually. So this is the current situation. The update. I keep turning around because I look at the trains. Sorry, it's not I don't want to look at you guys. I actually enjoy. No worries. Take care of her. It's not I don't want to look at you guys. It's just like I said earlier. I really enjoy these N scale trains. They are really my absolute favorites. I really love my HO scale stuff, but to be quite frank, I'm building the HO scale stuff for the slot cars and for doing a few operations. I have plans for industries on there and do a few op sessions because I have a friend from around here that has a beautiful, beautiful layout and is all about op sessions. And I tried and I did some with him. I tried once on my N scale layout. It's much easier to do operation in HO scale than N scale for uncoupling and stuff. So that's why I'm building the HO scale stuff. But I don't think I'll buy more. Well, I'll never say I'm not buying any more rolling stock in HO scale because that would be a complete lie. I will be buying more eventually, but I'm not gonna spend not a lot of money on HO scale rolling stock that I don't, since I'm really happy with what I already have. I'll keep putting rolling stock money in, yeah, right. Rolling stock money will mostly be going in N scale. I'm actually thinking of not going as big as I thought for the HO scale to have enough space for the N scale stuff because as much as I love my HO scale stuff, because I do admit it's great, for operation it's better, there's the slot cars, there's a lot of option in the used market, like a lot more option in the used market in Canada. N scale just has something that I love. I don't know. To me, it's the scale, a tale of two scales. Yeah, maybe three if the person who had some G scale that we're thinking about getting rid of goes through. I haven't heard about him for a little while, but G scale might be a third scale, but that's a future plan. But yeah, to me, N scale this is a complete opinion. I know Jeff seems to quite enjoy not liking N scale. It's the perfect scale to do running trains through scenery. N scale scenery is, I would say, easier to build because you don't have to do as big of a mountain to look big. You don't have to do as long of a tunnel to do a proper tunnel. You don't the ground. There's only so much you need to cover to make it look full. But at the same time, you can run beautifully long trains. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to describe what it does or why it's so good to me, but it is. It just works. Yeah, there are some downsides. Like the other day, I needed to reassemble a coupler for one of my locomotives just because I added the plow in front of it. And, well, as you folks know, N scale is quite small, and reassembling a coupler it requires patience, to say the least. So that N means 9 millimeter. It's N for 9 millimeter, and that's the spacing for the track. That's where it comes from. That's why it should be called N gauge, not N scale, because just like HO with OO and Japanese HO, which it goes with the gauge of the track and not actually the scale of the train. It's 160th for the scale. For North American stuff, it's 150th for British stuff for N scale, and I believe it's a different scale for other stuff. I would need smaller fingers, and I have actually, not just you, Jeff. So yeah, it's always purely opinion or oriented. It's always also what you want to do with your layout. I would never recommend doing, as much as a lot of people are doing it, I would never recommend doing a switching layout in N scale. It's so complicated. It's so easy to break a coupler. It gets problematic. It's complicated, and it doesn't. The amount of space that you need to do a switching layout is not the same as a loop, and it's not the greatest idea to do that. So, but on the other hand, for running trains, track work, and once it's done, if it depending on you say you had problem with your track and cars as well. Depends on the rolling stock you have, the type of track you have, and the type of road bed and sub road bed you have. That makes a huge difference. If you have Kato Unitrack, you just saved yourself an immense amount of pain doing the track work. Only the number 4 turnouts are problematic, and there's quite an easy solution with just a small file to the inside of a. Yeah, Jim, good one, actually. A little bit of a file inside of a turnout, and you're good. It's annoying that it's a problem, but there's a solution. So take it with a grain of salt. But yeah, so that's how I would describe the difference between the two. But yeah, for running trains like you are right now, on camera, I don't think the fact that N scale is so small is a problem. I mean, you guys can still see the trains pretty well, I assume. I will actually move the camera a tiny bit to see a bit more of the train in the curve. And other than being small in person, to me it still looks great. It functions great, and you can do proper length trains in a small space when you're limited in space, which everybody is in some way. It just depends on the size of the layout you want to build. That's also a thing. This is going to be a very unpopular opinion. N-Scale's biggest solution for rolling stock stability, being that it can't be as heavy, being so small than HO scale, is having the couplers mounted to the trucks. A lot of people hate it because it's not realistic. I agree it's not realistic, but I disagree that you should hate it. I quite love it because it makes coupling and curves possible without issue. It makes the trains more stable in a curve, less likely to derail or to do a string line when you pull. It's easier to reverse. It just works. So to me, that is definitely the solution for a lot of things. Not a lot of things, but for N scale. Every time I have a car that has body-mounted coupler, I always end up with an issue. But the truck-mounted couplers, not an issue. So clearly, there's something to it, right? It's not just a coincidence. If it was one car, I'd say coincidence or the car is defective, but that's not the case. So. So I see a lot of people are just not enjoying N-Scale personally. I understand. I'm not asking you to switch. I'm just letting you know that I'm not switching. To me, it's fine. To me, it works. How many laps have we done now? It had one derailment at the beginning. And it fixed itself on every railer. And this is not the only train that runs as good as this. And I love this equipment. And yeah, it's not happening. So unless one of you wants to find an HO scale replacement for every single piece of rolling stock here, and someone that can trade what I have for an N scale for the equivalent in HO scale, I'm not switching. So, August, I know we talked about that before on previous streams. I think we'll need to connect outside of the stream to really try to diagnose your issues with that. I really want to help you because I'm very surprised in a bad way that you have those issues because Kato is undeniably the most reliable stuff I've used in N scale. Um, so there's there must be something we can do to help you because I refuse to believe that it can't be fixed or figured out because again Kato has been nothing but reliable to me and to 95% of the people I've seen online. And I know you're taking good care of your stuff, so I do not see why we couldn't get it to run properly. And if we still can't, contacting Kato may be your next step for help with them, because I have a hard time believing that it's not a fixable issue, because Kato has been nothing but good to about everybody I know. Let's I think I'm going to move back, not back, but to the side, the smaller camera to see better the train coming back in. So give me a second. All right, good night, Jeff. Sorry I can't I can't help you more or convince you that N scale isn't that bad, but that's gonna be for another discussion, I guess. I see quite a few hearts emoji going on. I'm really glad that you guys are enjoying. I'm hoping it's intentional. If it's not, well, I don't care. I'll take it as if it is. It's it's quite nice that you guys seems to be enjoying the stream, even though it might not be the greatest stream on earth. So let's. I mean, you can be touched in multiple ways, Jim. Uh, let's let's circle back to layout planning, not necessarily fully planning, but discussing what I'm going to do. Um, I will be again redoing a part of my layout. The part that you're seeing right now is not changing. It might move physically where it is in my basement, but it's not going anywhere. I'm really happy with the result. There's some finishing touches to do, but it's gonna be done for sure. But it's gonna physically move around, and I'm gonna have a much longer main line. It's gonna take a longer time to go around, and there's gonna be two loops. I will bring back the huge bridge that I had, but just not in the front because I don't want to block the view of anything. Um, to my layout, I think it's gonna be looking a little bit sharper. It's gonna move. I don't think you guys are gonna be able to understand physically. Is it Raven's birthday? Oh, happy birthday, Raven. Um, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. So I'm gonna move physically the layout, so I have more layout space, but also more space to work around the layout. And this time, for the first time in my builds, somehow, I will actually start thinking about webcam placements, and I might have to buy one, maybe two cameras that are not going to move physically from my layout. They're just going to be permanently positioned. So whenever we're going to stream the N scale layout, the cameras are going to be pointed at specific areas that I'll be proud of, and we will have that. Ooh, that sounds like a great day actually. Ribeye and cheesecake. I wouldn't ask for more for my birthday, honestly. So, it's almost 9. Wow, almost an hour. Well, not an hour because I started late, but the train's been running for at least 30 minutes, so we're going to switch. Again, we will have people in the chat ask for trains later. I just want to switch to my BC rail now because A, it's already on the track, and B, I'm very happy to have gotten it back. So give me about 30 to 45 seconds for me to go. Actually, maybe more, a minute to 2 minutes for to remove the current train from the tracks, and we will be going ahead and running the BC rail. I think you guys might enjoy it because that engine looks amazing, and actually the whole train looks pretty friggin' great. So I'll be right back. All right, I am back. Thank you, Jim, for saying that. Anyone lurking, pop in and say hi. I do have the subscriber only mode for chat. I know it might not be as open to everyone, but it's just a how do I say this? It's just not a preventative measure, but a way to ensure there's no spam in the chat, but at the same time that everyone gets to talk. I also put in super low latency at 5 seconds delay, so it's that part's good. Um, so thank you for that. You can talk about me even when I'm looking. I'm not I'm not gonna be too mad. Just a little bit, just a little bit. Especially when it comes to N scale, I'll be quite defensive. Uh, I I'm just happy that the stream is working and there's people here. I'm quite happy to share this hobby with you guys. The scene that you're currently seeing right there, I really love that scene in general. Just seeing the train go under the bridge and then comes to a straight line in an easement curve that it's also from bank to flat, really adds some realism to this very unprofessional and unrealistic layout, which I quite enjoy. And the two lights are working. As you can probably see shadows of the lights on the trains, as in the one against the wall right now is red, and the one that's not against the wall is green. Well, currently there's no slopes on this layout, so it's a 0%. N scale, I always go 4% for space issues. I never do super long trains, and when I get to 15, 18 cars, I can just put two engines and it'll pull it. So to me it's fine, but you know, 15 to 18%, not 15 to 18 cars is it is a pretty long train on my layout. Like this, I believe is 10 cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13s with the caboose. So yeah, this is a pretty long train, 13 cars, and I will. The bridge is over calm water. Yes, it is. The bridge right now is over literal emptiness in between the two sections of the layout. The bridge in the back, that bridge probably has a 25% incline because it's a road bridge, not a train bridge. It's for cars. I don't have a car on it right now, but I used to. Hi, Colleen. Yeah, I am happy you're here. I just started running my my BCRL engine. Not the same as you, but one of my prettiest engine. Now that I got it back from Rapido from warranty, I'm very happy to have it. So yeah, as I was saying, that bridge is a road bridge, not a road for cars, not a train bridge. It's just to add some 3D depth. I've noticed that to make your layout look really realistic, having not anything that's not flat. Okay, that's only true for people who live in mountain areas like me. But where if you want to represent a place that is not flat, so you know, not Saskatchewan, you want to create as much slopes and height as possible. Buildings, trees for the easy start. Then you can add stuff like bushes. Cars are super useful. Road bridges for cars, especially that go over the train, adds a lot. Adds a lot of depth and realism to your layout. I also added little hills around the layout, like little slumps, just to make the terrain uneven. So that makes a big difference. I do not live in a van down by the river because a van wouldn't have a basement for these trains. So, and where would I put a dungeon for you if I lived in a van? Figure that one out, huh? But yeah, so that's how I think you can add a lot of depth to your trains, to your layout if you can. I understand not everyone has the space um, for for big layouts with big designs, mountains and stuff like that. Some people out here are what I used to be, which is just you have track, you put them on your table on the floor, you run them, and you put them back in their box. That's perfectly fine. I quite understand why you do it. I've done it, but now that I can, I'm trying to achieve as much realistic uh, features as possible, and one of them is having hills. Yeah, picture that is. I mean, at that point, just buy a two-story bus and make the first floor the basement. Just remove all the windows. Um, that would be the easiest way to go about it. So while removing or you can go Harry Potter route with an actual basement in a van. While removing my train, I made sure to put my car with the load off to the side because I wanted to show you in greater detail and explain it to you guys this. So the car was bought separate without a load. It was just a Union Pacific. Oh, this light is getting a little too bright. Just give me a second. There, yeah. I think I just need to adjust the setting, the light, the picture setting on this camera. Image. Let's go back to better. Oh, wow, that's horrible. I did not do that. Okay, so let's go back to this and let's use settings that make sense. So contrast, reduce the contrast, bring a bit up the brightness, like this, saturation, this, hue, this, and let's have the light actually shine on me so that I don't need as much brightness to get the colors and the image, like this, a bit more contrast. And I can't get it to look any decent that way. Let's put it this way, and let's try to make it look better this way. I'm sorry guys and gals for not having a nice looking stream tonight. I'm trying, but I'm not good at setting up colors or apparently anything on that camera. Yeah, no, they're not just a bit, they're very bad right now. Let's I'll put it to default to this camera and just go from there. So now it's basically black and white, so that's bad. But from this point on, it should be fixable. So bit of contrast. If I bring up saturation, is it better? No, that's worse. There you go. Needed some saturation, so I can even remove a bit of brightness. This makes sense. Okay, this looks a lot better. All right, so I'm gonna show. It's actually still too orange, but the colors are still much better now. And now that I know this, I'm gonna change it on another camera because saturation. No, the setting. I can. There you go. Wow, colors are a lot more vibrant. This is so much better. Alright, so let's go back to the camera and try to make it that you guys can read and see this for the time being. And so if I take down some brightness, you guys should be able to see this car a little better. Alright, so this car, like I said, it was just a flat car without a load that I got. It's a Union Pacific basic flat car, a 50-foot one. I cut some paper straws from Harvey's. So those are just those paper straws that we have in Canada for the environment or whatever. There's some There's some debate on whether or not it's helping. My problem isn't the straws, it's the rest of the plastic, but that's a different story. We're not getting into that tonight. And so yeah, I use some paper straws that I cut to size to make the load, and then this is sewing wire. Sewing, I think that's sewing the word. Yeah, just needle thread wire that I used, and it went through all the little side pieces here. Um, the unfortunate part is you can't even use a needle to go through because that would be too big. You need to have the wire go through alone. So that was a thing and a half to set up, but once it's done, I thought it looked amazing, and that my straps or my the what holds the pipes down actually look good, and they're actually tight enough that it actually is helping to hold the pipes on there. Like it's not just gonna move out. So this is. So this would be my proudest work I've done on a car for a load. Oh, I mean, you can have a lot of fun with that one as well. I'm not offended if you put stuff like that. You're building yourself a reputation that I know you're happy to have, so I'll let you keep at it. And go for it, Jim. That that load is well strapped down. Have fun with that sentence. You can even put it in the Discord if you want. I am part of Dave's Discord. If you guys want to talk to me there, I'm available there. I'm not always on Discord, but when I am, I'm available there. So let's talk trains. I'm not changing it any right now or soon, but I'm wondering if you guys. That yeah, Jim, you got it exactly right. So, is there a train request that you guys would like to put in? I know most of you will not know what I have for rolling stock, and I don't blame you for not knowing. I don't know the rolling stock of most people that I follow on YouTube either. What I would tell you is if you see it from one of the point of views, you can absolutely pick it. And if you don't, you can still ask for it in the chat, and I will let you know if I have it or not. I have quite a few options that you guys can't see from that point, from the layout, but that's okay. And again, sorry I keep turning around and the Hayabusa. Do you mean the Japanese bullet train, Colleen? If that's what you mean, you are. The Hayabusa is you. Yeah, bullet train. Okay. I think you were thinking of the fast motorcycle, the Hayabusa. The bullet train's name is. Where is it written? Right here. It's the Shinkansen. It's this one. This will be run tonight. I promise you that. But it will probably be kept at the end, as every time I run it alone, it doesn't give me any issue. But when I run it on stream, it does. So to avoid any problems with the layout or me getting frustrated, you're not fired. It's just funny. If you have a Hayabusa bicycle, I'd be a big fan of that bike. But yeah, that will be run tonight. Don't worry about it. Just later tonight. It was in the plans. I do have a few engines. It's mostly Canadian National and Canadian Pacific that I have that we could run. I have some cars I want to run that are not on the current train. But yeah, if you have requests from what you see or just that you want to run, if it's a Canadian Railroad, ask. If it's not, well, other than one Soo Line engine or one Amtrak train, I actually don't know, Raven, if there is. I'm gonna look it up right now because I'm curious now. N scale Shay locomotive. I think it exists. It actually does. I $300 on eBay for $500. That is a gorgeous engine. I'm gonna share my screen. So how would I? Which button is the display? Create new. I'm gonna call it site monitor. Make source visible. Select a display to capture. This one. And I'll adjust the size so that it doesn't cover everything. I'll cover my face, so it's not gonna be too bad if you're not seeing me. So Shay locomotives in N scale, there is this beauty. I know it might not be the one you were thinking. Three trucks Shays are the beast of a beast. Yeah, this one is a 2-truck Shay, but it's N scale. Let's not be picky. I do not have that kind of money. I don't know why I'm pointing. You guys can't see me. But I absolutely do love it. Hi, Big Haas. Glad to see you here. I love it. I'd love to have one, but I do not have that kind of money right now. And I have other things I want to buy prior to buying this. So, unfortunately, that's probably not going to happen for... Wow. Oops, not what I wanted to do. Where is it? This is an incredible model. I know I'm derailing the stream. I open image in a new tab. I want to see the image. Can we zoom in? Yes, we can. Look at on that scenery too. That is incredible. That's the Atlas. Okay, it's the same one. A 2-truck Shay. Hi, Levi. Yeah. I mean, again, I'd love to have one. I'm not disagreeing with anyone. It's an incredibly great looking engine. But I don't have that kind of money. And because it released a few years back, now it's the scalper price online. So instead of 200 US, it's 400 US. And it's not going to go down in price, that's for sure. So let's put that as a bucket list engine beside the J7A class engine in brass. So let's hope I get one at one point, but not today. So let's turn that off. Let's go back to my current trains. Oh, good evening, Rouser of Rabbles. So yeah, this would be so yeah, for rolling stock that we can run, I see a lot of new names that aren't here as often. In a few minutes, I will be showing people. Yeah, I'm going to start showing people engines that could be ran. Again, if you want to shoot your shot right now, you can. Keep in mind, I have mostly Canadian stuff, other than one Amtrak train that if you've been in other streams, I have ran on my smaller layout. It runs even better on this one. Or I have one Sioux Line engine. Otherwise, it's all Canadian stuff. I have one Alaskan Railroad, actually, train that we could run. Oh, yeah, the Japan train. Yeah, that one. But that one, the reason I'm not mentioning it is because that not only has been selected already, but also has been promised to run at the end of the stream. It's such a gorgeous train. I wanted to make sure it runs. But also, it's can be a picky train. So... fun question. Those modern era looking vehicles are, they're called Hollywood Nano Rides. I'll actually reshare my screen. I will pop some up online. So Hollywood Nano Rides. Hollywood Nano Rides. Walmart had them for sale for over a year. Now I don't see as many available. Um, so display images. They came in packs of 3, like these. Actually, this is the exact. This is a lot. A lot of them are these. I did not pay a lot of money. They were $8 Canadian in Walmart for this. So they came as kit of 2 or 3 cars like this. There's Fast and Furious. A lot of them are Fast and Furious cars. Some of them I actually took the time to detail a bit more for the paint. That is correct, Jim. So I bought a lot of these, and I bought some multiples of the same because there's multiple cars that can be on the road. I did buy this, and the helicopter is I know I have it near. I don't know where. It's not on the layout, but for a while it was suspended on top of the layout, and for a while it was landed on top of a building. So, but the Jeep is the Ford Explorer Jeep is actually in the corner of my layout. So I don't know if you see it here. It's on the corner doing some off-roading. So yeah, I could point out a lot of them that I have either on my layout or on another layout, but those are the model. These are not actually to scale. Just a warning. They're slightly bigger than N scale should be, but just like putting Hot Wheels on an HO scale layout, it's not far enough that it's unbelievable. If you put that vehicle side to side with an actual N scale vehicle, you will see that it's the wrong size. But if you don't, if it's just there, you will not see it. It'll blend in right very well. So for that reason, I'm very happy with those vehicles. And since they were really readily available at my local Walmart for a while, I just bought a bunch of them. So it's that simple. Like this, I also have that that kit. I don't know where my Starscream is. It was also it's in a box still. It was also hung above my layout. Bumblebee is behind the industry, so you don't see it, but you can see the nose of Optimus Prime at the bottom right corner. So yeah, Rouser, they're just close. They're not actually N scale. They might be N scale for UK, but not for mine. So those are the Jada Nano Hollywood Rides. That would be the name. It's the same name everywhere. Apparently, it's the name in Europe because that is in French. So I assume this is from it's from the States. I don't know why it's in French at all. Okay, so let's put it in English. There you go. All right, so yeah, I believe they're supposed to be $6 or $5 the US. But yeah, that's the Jada Nano Hollywood Rides diecast vehicles. I think there's even more. I do have these. I have these. I have these. I have these. I have these. And I believe I have one more. I have these. I got a bunch of them, and some of them were I have duplicates, but I'm very okay with it. So for HO scale, I do the same thing as I did to this. Hot Wheels. If you look in the discount bins at every Walmart or a supermarket, there will be Hot Wheels, and oftentimes you will find modern-looking vehicles. Just like these vehicles, they're not actually to scale, but they're close enough that unless you put an actual to-scale vehicle beside it, you won't see it. So that is more than fine for most people. Like I wouldn't even worry about it if you're doing modeling in HO scale. It's like I said, most modelers that I know are doing that, and nobody says anything. I know HOC, I know it's 164 and it's technically S scale, but I promise you nobody's gonna be complaining to your layout. If someone is, they're just being picky and annoying. Don't even worry about it. So yeah. Also, it's much cheaper. There's a few like I know Athearn did some, Rapido did some. There's other brands that did some actually two scale vehicles, both modern and not modern, and they're like $20 or $25 a vehicle. Hot Wheels can do them for $2 Canadian a pop. So I'm like, I'm not spending $20 to $30 on a car just because it's actually the right scale, when I can be more than okay with slightly off for a tenth of the price. So okay, I mean, the other thing that I need to mention here is I'm in Canada, and the prices I'm mentioning are Canadian prices, which are very different from you guys' prices, because not only is the Canadian dollar lower, but there's import fees, there's tax, there's there's be careful, August, with Walmart online. Make sure it's not a reseller, because those tend to really overprice your stuff. Don't buy from resellers on Walmart. I don't know why Walmart decided to go the eBay route or Amazon route with third-party sellers. It ruins every online market. I always had issues with those, so just be careful with that one. If the one you're seeing are $15 to $30 for 3 cars, don't buy these sets. That is not a good price. That is not what it should be, because the one on eBay I'm showing you, he's asking $6, $8 US. How much is he asking in US? I was showing you. He's asking $8 US per, and he's still making a profit off of this. So don't buy from crappy reseller on Walmart. Just either, if you find them from Walmart for under $10 US, or buy from the one I found on eBay. I cannot share the link in the chat because YouTube doesn't like external links, but I can share the screen again so you can get the listing if you want. So this is the URL for, you can put ebay.com, don't put .ca. I'll put it in the US version. There you go. So this would be the listing number for the item. Get it there for a cheaper price. You don't need to pay. Okay, yeah. Sorry about that. I didn't know. I assumed you wanted some right now. But yeah, if someone here wants to buy some, don't buy the $15 to $30 reseller on Walmart. As you see here, someone's selling a pack for $5. I know it's a bid, and that's a 6-pack, which I haven't. I have all 6, but I bought separate for $5. This makes a lot more sense for price. Don't. I wouldn't go for the $15 to $30 ones, but that is what I have. But unfortunately, they don't have much in the older style for models. So yeah, that is what the vehicles are. Sorry, I rambled a lot about this, but this is the vehicles I'm using for my layout, which, as you guys I think agree, works great. Like in camera here, I don't think they look off size. I have unlimited money coming in price, so in price, no concern. I mean, if budget is not an issue, yeah, But for people who are okay with spending more money to get the absolute perfect to scale things, those will not do what you want. Again, they're not actually to scale, just like the Hot Wheels. I do agree that the modern vehicles are very hard to find in both HO and N scale to actual scale. That is a problem. I found quite a few trucks and tractors that fits modern, but cars very hard. But that is currently what I have in the situation for this. Um, Hot Wheels will be what I would recommend. And if you have train shows, actually I found a lot of vehicles for very cheap at train shows. Even if they're used, I mean people put them on their layout and don't touch them for years. So there's a bit of dust, but they're not broken, they're not busted, messed up or anything, and they're cheap. And most of them are to scale. So that would be my other bet. But not everyone has access to a train show. I understand. I was in the situation for a while. Um, it's it's a reality that not everyone is near a hobby shop or a train show. I'm fortunate enough that not only have I discovered 2 train shows a year within a 300-mile radius of my place, which is the nearest, but also there's a hobby shop that opened within a 150-mile radius of my place. This is the closest one that has train stuff. Uh, Technically, there's hobby shops closer, but they don't have train stuff. This one has a lot of used stuff, but in really good condition at very fair price. So that is that is absolutely something I'm quite lucky that it opened recently, and yeah. So Raven says me 1 a year, 2 hours away. Yeah. So while it's annoying that it's not common and it's quite a drive, I still do recommend taking the time to do it. And since it's 1 a year, saving money towards that day can only do you good. As in, you don't buy stuff that you want but you don't need up to then, because you might find it for a cheaper deal there. And if you don't, you can buy it after because you still have the money, or you'll spend money on a lot of great deals. Because online, let's face it, eBay has awful prices, and I never sold on eBay, but I was about to sell one item, and the size of the percentage they're taking off of the sales are so big that people who sell on eBay are not actually making a huge amount of money, but eBay is, and buyers are spending a ton of money. So okay, so that, Raven, I was not aware that shows did this. I find it quite strange because what you want is people to come and see and participate to get into model trains. Usually the whole idea, like the 2 shows I go, are, how do I say this, are there to fund local clubs. So there's a small entry fee, even though it's like, I think one was $4 and the other one was $7, and half of that money went to pay for renting the building for the weekend. So and the other half went to the local train club to fund their projects. And there were a lot of sellers there that also they had to pay a fee to have tables to sell, and but they could make money off of selling. So so that's how it used to be. I'm guessing since this one you must be an MRA, it's basically more of a club meetup than actually a show. I don't know. Kind of unintuitive for me. Not gonna lie, I've never heard of shows that do this. I cannot guide you on that one. Depending on the pricing maybe count the NMRA yearly subscription fee as the entry fee if it allows to have if it allows to get good deals if they sell stuff. I don't know. I wish I had more tips or tricks to give you, but unfortunately I don't. Um, I usually suggest people to find about shows to go to local hobby shops because they're usually involved or know people who are involved in other shows that you might not be aware that exist. But I've noticed that if you don't have any shops around you, you can't ask a shop if there's no shop, right? Which was my case. I was made aware of these shows by the person I met recently, last year, when I decided to do a show at my local hobby shop that doesn't have any trains. I brought the tiny N scale layout. I just ran some trains there, um, and I was running trains and just trying. I said it was to start a club, but it was more of a show and peak interest and find other modelers, which I did. The club didn't officially start because no one, the timing wasn't right for anyone, but we will start something. It might not be an official club with politics and everything. It's just going to be, hey, you own your own modules. We'll do meetups once in a while to connect the modules and operate together. And here are the standards on where your modules should connect, and that's it, right? You have that would be the way I'd run the club to avoid any issue with money or anything. But for personally, I still met someone, and that some people, and one of those people was heavily involved in model trains in my province, and and that person talked to me and showed me some. Talked to me. He made me visit his layout, which was gorgeous. He's the one I've been talking about his layout a lot, and he also told me about shows. And now that I am aware of these shows, I know where to look to get them because they are publicized in specific Facebook groups. But unfortunately, if you don't know about these Facebook groups, you wouldn't know that the show's happening. So it's a weird thing. Promoting these things now that hobby shops are leaving. I'm wondering if online hobby shops, which I still encourage a lot. I encourage the Canadian ones simply because I'm in Canada. Not only does it help local economy, local national economy, but it also saves me a lot of money in shipping and import fees. Not only that, but I wonder if these shouldn't have a newsletter somewhere or a news board where they could put shows that's happening, but at the same time they'll only put the one local to them. So I don't have a solution, right? I'm aware that it is a problem, but I don't have a solution. I just hope that online communities and online YouTube pages like me and Dave and everyone on YouTube actually posts about their local, semi-local shows that's happening. Simply that it gives a chance for more people to find out about it, and maybe I'll have a viewer that's local to me that I don't even know who will be like, wait, there's a show near me, and that person is near me. No way, if it gets the word out, it's just gonna help. So that's why I'm trying to raise awareness that the hobby still exists, and that we're still very much strong. It might be a little different than it used to be, but at least it's still a thing. So yeah, so that would be another place. And while it might not apply to you, any of you guys, if other people are watching online afterwards, and you're looking to buy some stuff, train shows are definitely the way to go. You might not find what you're specifically looking for because it's people bringing their collection, their personal collection, or some resellers that have been dealing with uh, buying inventory from people. But you will still have a lot of good deals, great deals often, and because you're talking to the person, it's more personal, and you can see the engine and inspect it or car or whatever before actually buying it. So I think that's great. So yeah, enough rambling. Let's swap train. Uh, we're gonna put. I'm gonna actually. I saw someone mention the Alaska Railroad earlier. I believe it was August, but I'm not sure. Am I? Did I dream this? No, August. I'd love to see the Alaska Railroad if it's early diesel or steam. It is not. I will show you what it is, and you let me know if you want to see it. So, just so that I'm fully transparent, um, it is the Bachmann set of 3 passenger cars that are not super early, but not, you know, not the current one, but not the super early one. It's 3 of those exact cars and a GP40. So let me know if that's the one you want, August. If you rather we do something else, we can absolutely do something else. But if you like this one, we can also run this one. I don't know how it's gonna run. I had to open it and clean it up pretty good last time. Yes, they are, and they are surprisingly good runners as well. It's a starter set, and it came with knuckle couplers, stiff but still working, and they work great. They're all 6-axle, and they're all metal wheels from the factory. That works. I mean, while the majority can say this, I'd also like to think that it could be it could be a turn-based thing. So I think we're gonna run them. I'm gonna mute myself, go move some trains around, and we'll run that set around the layout for a little bit. So I'll be right back. All right, I seem to have missed some stuff because first thing I see is Jim saying strike a pose. So I don't know what I showed that I shouldn't have showed, but apparently I did. Uh, so or vote. Wow. What did I do? Did I show my buttocks? Uh, oh yes, Colleen, you're doing it right. Unfortunately, I just stopped the BC rail, but you can keep running on your side. So you keep, but at least it's still going to be in view in the camera right there for most of the stream. So there's that. I'm glad you're enjoying it, August. Love. So. Yeah, I'm glad you're really enjoying it. It was my first, actually, that is my first ever N scale piece of equipment. I bought a starter set, and it was that set. I think we all know that passenger equipment is very expensive, regardless of the scale you're running. And I was on a tighter budget when I started doing model trains back in 2019. Well, restarted doing model trains in 2019. And I saw this set on sale on Amazon, of all places, for less than $200. And I jumped on it. And that was actually my post-Christmas gift to myself. I bought it in January of 2019. And I thought, you know what? Since passenger stuff is always expensive, since I really liked those cars, and that engine was, it's a GP40, but it's a nice one. I thought, why not? If it's my only passenger train, it'll be fine. What a big lie. That is far from my only passenger train. I didn't know at the time that it would become such a problem, but passenger trains are a very big soft spot for me. We don't talk about that. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite, not one of my favorite, but one of my best purchase being a starter set. I've used a lot of stuff over the years from that set, and that train has been reliable, looking great, and just a beast since the beginning. I'll just slow it down a bit. So yeah, quite happy with it. So I can find plenty of ACL and HO, almost nothing in N, especially heavyweight cars. Yeah, ACL, I found one engine in N scale for a decent price. I did see a set of AB EF units that looked great, but was out of my price range. But I have one E unit in N scale, but I don't have it technically. So this is a funny story. I bought the ACL E unit because on pictures and in the description, the person made it sound like it was a piece of trash, but the trucks were in good condition, and I have any unit that the trucks were broken. So I thought, hey, let's buy this for a parts train. If the shell's not too bad, I'll keep it. If it is bad, whatever, I'll practice some paint jobs on it or whatever. It arrived, and it was like new, with the only thing broken being the front coupler. That is a decorative piece of coupler. So, a decorative piece. So, I couldn't dismantle it. I couldn't do anything with it. So, I kept it for a while, ran it a little bit. Didn't have any passenger cars to pull behind, but I couldn't let it go. And then my girlfriend saw it, fell in love because purple is her favorite color, and it looks really nice. So I decided that I was giving it to her as her first model train, as she does display interest in it. She doesn't have a layout or anything yet, but she is interested in it, She also has a building and a modern fire truck. It's actually a little firehouse, and I'm encouraging her that when she has time, that she can build a diorama with the engine and the fire truck and everything. I know she will, and I will be showing it to you guys because I've seen what she can do, and she's incredibly talented for buildings. Uh, so I'm very aware that it'll be nice when she does it. She just doesn't have the time. She didn't have the time recently. I understand it. So I have it, but I don't. As in, we have it. We have one in the house, but it's not around my layout. I'm sure she would let me use it if I asked her, but it's hers. It's on display in its case, safely near her gaming computer, and that's that's where it is. And I'm happy it's there because I know she enjoys it. So. Uh, so I think we have the same because mine is also an E7A. Well, hers is an E7A, I think. It's an EA unit, but I'm not sure if it's a 7 or 8. Um, it's mine's well, hers is a lifelike, so I don't know if that's the one you have. If it is, that would be it. But otherwise, that's what it is. And by the way, you're welcome from running that train. It's no trouble to me. Um, if I have a piece of rolling stock on my layout, it's because I love that piece. So asking me to run that piece of rolling stock is not a problem. Not I don't have any issue with you guys asking me to run a specific piece of rolling stock that I have. If I have it, it's because I love it. So yeah, August. That we have. Well, she has the same engine as you. I believe hers is number 500. I'll Google it to see if I can find it on. Actually, I can look on eBay on my purchase history. eBay. I'm signed in my eBay purchase history. It was a while back, but I mean, I can always look. Oh boy, where is it? No. Oh, right here. So I just want the pictures. Oh, wow. It's been too long. The image is completely gone. It was from a Canadian seller. Yeah. Anyways, I'll. Mine is mostly well, hers is mostly silver with some gray stripes. Uh, I'll look if I can find life like E7A. I guess it's a 7 if you have the same E7A Atlantic coastline image and scale. So where is this would be it. So I'll share my screen for a second. So this here would be the engine that we have here. So I'm assuming you have the same. So yeah, that oh, she brought it down. Nice. Yep, so the box is actually the wrong box. Like I said, the seller was selling it as if it was a bad unit, but it's really not. It's still in a protective plastic, but it's number 500. We both love that engine. I could make it do a few laps, but unfortunately it won't have any passenger cars behind because this one has the old style Rapido coupler. I don't have the switcher, unfortunately. Oh, that looks good. If you're talking about I'm gonna show the screen again. If you're talking about this one, it looks really good. I don't have one. What I will show you is I'll go check if I can find on eBay the F set. eBay Atlantic Coastline F. Was it? Am I not remembering correctly? And it was an HO scale. I'm pretty sure it was an N scale that I saw it. Oh yeah. Whew. Okay, so Kato made a set. I will share the screen right here. Kato made this set, beautiful set, because it's Kato. I know it would run amazing, but it's 500 US, so I don't have that money. So yeah, that would be one I'd love to have, but I don't. That's out of my budget, so it's gonna stay for sale. But yeah, so we will be. I guess I'll be running the E unit for a few laps afterwards. Like yours, mine. Well, hers is really slow, but it looks great. I replaced the bulb in it to have a red bulb like the real one. That is something I did myself. It's not flashing; it's just solid. But I wanted to be more realistic, so since I could, I did. And in the meantime, well, I'll actually stop that one and see if I can put both on the track and see how close to each other they'll be, because the Alaska Railroad train was pretty slow up until recently, but running for a while really waked it up. So I will put the ACL unit on. I really love this little engine. I'm glad she has it. Let's see it run. It might not run great. I haven't cleaned the wheels on it in years. I don't think I ever did, actually. And it works. And it works better than I thought. It's actually a little faster than wow, it's faster than the other one. Give me a sec. Yeah, I'll do more posing. Give me a second. All right, so I'm back. I knew not that something was off with the engine, but it was a little particular, and turns out I was right. The particular part is it doesn't like certain turnouts. But I'm sure we could tune it out. I know it runs fine on a mini layout. The small the tiny N scale one. But yeah, it looks great, and so yeah, that would be the Atlantic Coastline engine, and I don't know if you saw it when it was in the camera right there, but there was it went through the turnout fine. Nice, might be fine after all. But when it gets back to the camera right there, you will see, and you will see the front lights being red. Like I said, I did that switch because I saw that the Atlantic coastline used red headlights for whatever reason. So I wanted to make it a little bit more realistic. So you should see it about now. Yep. So yeah, that's the little engine that could. There's no other way to put that. Just a second. I need to pull the Alaskan Railroad forward a bit. So yeah, that would be the her Atlantic Coastline engine. I will make sure that it is. Well, I mean, I'm saying that as if she wouldn't. She's doing an amazing job at taking great care of it, but I will make sure it stays that way, and I will run it once in a while whenever she wants me to run it, because it's hers. And yeah, so that is her example of the Atlantic coastline. I thought it was funny because Dave got his about the same time I got this one, and the colors are basically inverted, where mine's silver and where his is silver and purple. But it looks great either way. It's just a very different engine. It is, but it's on my side. It's actually not that bad, and I would try to raise the brightness a bit on your screen, Russ. I'm sorry about this. It is still the lighting not being great, but at the same time, it's the night vibe layout with the lights in the buildings turned on. So that's gonna be where it is right now. So that's the unfortunate part. But at least, hey, it's not the worst it could have been. Because if I bring the brightness up, it just looks white and washed out. So, and on my side, if I change the, I don't have any more lights to put above. So, I'm still waiting for my electrician friend to be available. Oh, it's my laptop giving thanks. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm trying, but until I have proper lighting in the ceiling, which is not going to be anytime very soon, we're going to be stuck with nighttime experience. Funny story and fun fact, Rouser of Rabble. Phones usually have a wider range of colors, so as soon as it detects any darkness, it brings everything dark so that the few pixel of very bright light are in, it looks really bright and brighter. So that actually may make it works. TV, on the other hand, some of them have HDR with wide range, but most of them are pretty flat in a good way. So that might be the reason why it looks worse for some people than other. iPads are just like phones, so that would be on that end of the color difference. Hi, Clinton. Glad to see you here. So yeah, the Alaskan Railroad's running right now, and it's running great, as you guys can see. Unfortunately, we didn't run the ACL for long, but it's really not the same speed, and I don't have passenger cars for it. I looked, and as you said, passenger car for ACL and N scale are unable to find. I wish I could hire you, Russ, but unfortunately, yeah, it might be a little hard to get you here. It's gonna cost more in gas to get you here over plane tickets than it would to just pay a normal electrician here. So that's a problem. But yeah, So the ACL, love the engine. Wish I could find some passenger cars for a decent price, but they're basically impossible to find. I'm at the point where I'm thinking getting some. Well, there's a mix of stuff. The main camera that you see the most is the same as Dave. It's a Nexigo N660. The other one is a random Logitech camera I was given at work because they were throwing it away. And my face is the laptop camera, which is an older laptop. So, those cameras are not the best. The Nexigo is not that bad. I need to keep playing with the setting. I brought it better, but not perfect tonight. It was earlier. It wasn't that it was worse, but it was the colors were washed out. At least now we got some colors out of it. But until I get just more lights, it's not gonna be better on that side. So unfortunately, that's where I'm at. Because like I said, if I bring up the contrast or the brightness, it just goes fully washed out white. So at least we got that covered. So because if I play with other settings, it's not better. It makes it worse. So I'm not an expert in camera technology, but I just know enough that if I mess up more with it, I'll make it worse because I don't have good stuff, good equipment. So that would be the situation. So August wasn't earlier last night. I saw your name. Maybe it was another stream. I know Clinton's active in multiple streams. I've seen. Get you a couple 48-inch Phoenix planted 40. Yeah, I don't want to cook and tan out of those lights either. Maybe just a couple of headlamps would be nice. Also, I am aware that the colors of your wall make a difference. Since this is an unfinished basement, it makes it look darker. If I could just put some paneling and some white paint or pale blue paint would help. So that's a thing. Yes, the purple engine that you briefly saw that ran a while, that's an ACL. It's a purple ACL unit. I've been trying to find passenger cars, but since in N scale they're impossible to find, I'm thinking of just buying plain or Santa Fe's because those are plentiful in N scale. Not heavyweight, but what is it called? The stainless steel cars, and just painting a purple stripe up top like Dave's cars are. And putting some Atlantic Coastline writing in white on it. Not, it wouldn't be the worst. At least it would be, corrugated. Thank you, August. That would be my best chance at making someone that looks decent. Streamlined cars, I know exactly what you're talking about. They're not the one I was talking about, but those would be beautiful as well. Corrugated cars would be the one, the stainless steel corrugated cars. So that would be what I'll do eventually to find to make passenger cars for this one. Get just a purple stripe and writing on it and call it a day for the cars. That would be for the layout. While I do love my Alaska Railroad passenger train, I will be taking it off as soon as someone in the chat mentions something that they want to see run. I'm aware you guys don't know what I have. I understand. Keep in mind when I'm gonna just say suggest something that you'd like to see. I have Canadian stuff except for, well, the Alaskan Railroad, the ACL that you saw, but those already ran, and I have a Sioux Line engine, and I have a Japanese train that will run later tonight. So otherwise, it's Canadian stuff, mostly modern. So if someone wants to suggest something for CN or CP, they're free to do so. I will take the suggestion gladly, and we'll run it. I can show you some if you want, but just suggest a way in the chat, and we'll see if I have it. I'll run it. If I don't, I'll show you what's the closest I have. I think that would be fair. Yes, I do, Kevin. Actually, I do. I have two different models. I have the regular GP. Actually, that's a GP35. So I have a GP35 with the small. I call it the small nose, the regular front hood, the small hood, half height, which is in the shelf, but I can go get it. Or I have the GP42W with the wide nose. I have this one that has the wide nose, or I have a 35. I'll go grab the 35, and you'll see another pose of me. All right, sorry about that. I was looking too far. It was right in my face. So here are your two options instead of a GP40, a regular GP40. I have either the GP42W that you saw, or this GP35 with the regular little nose. So since you are the first one to answer, which one do you want, the larger nose or the smaller nose? That would be the best way to identify them. Wide nose works. I know you answered that before I showed the other ones, so I want you to the wide nose. Perfect. All right. So let's see if the wide nose is gonna behave tonight or not. The wide nose is an Atlas model that I modified after the fact. I added a little plow in the front, and somehow the plow is not the issue. It's the fuel tank underneath. It rubs on certain pieces of track that's lower than it should be. It's always been that way since I got it, so it shouldn't hit any snags anywhere. But if it does, you'll know what you'll know why, and we'll just figure it out. So give me a second. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. So wow, what's snagging right now? Okay. Actually, give me a second. There's a derailment. Thank you. Uh as soon as uh, all right. So as I was saying while I was muted again, glad Dave's not here to make more fun of me. I thought I had measured right, but apparently I did not, and the plow is hitting the track. So I will be switching the plow because I have two sets of holes because I wasn't sure. I will be switching to the higher up and putting the train you actually requested on. I just want to fix it first. And scale is tiny. Some people were right that it is a pain to put stuff. All right, so I will be looking at the chat at the same time. I just want to fix this first. I'm sorry if I'm not paying attention to the chat. Just this logo is so nice, and I don't want to break anything. All right, so it is on. It is set. All right, so I will be looking at the chat. I'll leave this one running for 2 or 3 laps and then switch. So, wow, that caboose looks like a different scale compared to the logo. It is a very big caboose. It is to scale. It is actually the proper scale. It's just the Point Saint Charles caboose were just huge caboose in general. So they just look really big, but those are to scale. They were made by Prairie Shadows, a Canadian company. And yeah, so what you see, so that's the caboose. I mean, if it looks clean, I wouldn't bother, especially box cars that don't have electrical conductivity going through it. I wouldn't bother personally. Um, and I wouldn't bother personally. You can, but you don't have to. I I bought my 99.9 isopropyl alcohol. I bought it from a what is it called, from a drugstore actually. They usually have it for wounds and stuff, but it's the same stuff. So just use that if you're looking for that. Uh, Drugstore have multiple options, but you can find 99% in drugstores. So yeah. And for the engine, the plow was hitting at the rail joiners, so I had two sets of holes in case that happened. So I just moved it up to the other set of holes, and I will be switching it right now. Also, just an FYI, you won't hurt anything even if it's a 70% mix. It might just not be as easy to clean, but it's not going to hurt anything. Otherwise, things I've used to clean for the wheels. I mean, I'm a big fan of the Pico eraser. They're very abrasive, so keep that in mind. But they do a really good job, so I really like them. It's not a it's not as popular as I thought, but in the hobby, because a lot of people say abrasive stuff is bad and will make your rails rust. Not current current stuff is not is made of nickel silver, so it's not gonna rust that easily. Uh, but yeah, I'm a big fan of Pico track cleaning erasers, and otherwise, I mean, nickel silver, the track that they sell for everything. No, I haven't seen it rust at all. I mean, the only one I've seen rust was the aluminum one from Bachman, so there's that. Uh, but otherwise, I haven't seen these. I haven't seen a single piece of track rust because I use this to clean, and most of my track is the 70% IPA. It shouldn't. I mean, worst case, you can just wipe it down with a dry paper towel after, like, you clean with the 70% IPA and you just wipe it down. What rust is when there's liquid staying on the track, but if it's not staying because you clean it, it should be fine. I've done it before. I actually use 70% IPA to spray on my scenery when before I put the glue down, and a lot of that spray has gone on my track and it never rusted anything or oxidized anything, so I wouldn't worry about it. Your guys' opinion and expertise is probably better than mine. Mine is purely what is it called? Experience based, not experience based, but it's a sample of one person, so it's not really a good way to check it. But I wouldn't see any issue with using that. Also, Colleen, are the wheels plastic or metal? I mean, it is not wrong that the other 30% is water, and water will accelerate oxidization, but if you wipe it, it's not going to leave anything, right? So if you spray or you put the 70% alcohol on a piece of paper towel, clean the track or the wheels with it, and then take another piece that's dry and wipe it off, it won't have time to. So I would say it's probably fine. If also, since she's cleaning wheels of her boxcar, regardless if it's plastic or metal, this one will not won't. How do I say this? If it's plastic, there's no danger of oxidizing whatsoever, and if it's metal, if you wipe it, it'll be fine as well. If they are black or brown, they're plastic. If they are shiny, they're metal. Usually very light. Oh yeah, those are, well, I mean, even the metal ones are very lightweight as well. Are they shiny like this? Or are they black? Those are plastic. Yeah, those are plastic. I've cleaned those with sometimes just my nails rubbing it off, because plastic, the dirt doesn't adhere to them if they are dirty, right? They're probably clean. Yeah, black, mate, I'll show you. I have a ton of cars that are like this. Like, I don't think you'll be able to see them, but it's just a pure, the other way around. Pure black wheel. I have a lot of spares as well, of those wheels. Yeah, those, I never bother. I've cleaned a few that I saw that there was like gunk on it. I will agree to disagree with you, Clintonville. Plastic wheels might not be the best, but metal wheels, changing to metal wheels can get very expensive very quickly, and good plastic wheels run just fine. They're not the one causing issue on my layout or anything at all. They're like this ring that you're seeing. the caboose, one freight car, and the engines are the only metal wheel cars. Everything else is plastic. No issue whatsoever because of the plastic wheels. Um, the only reason why I switch one wheel per car is so that my lights, since they're metal wheel detection based, um, metal wheel, those having one per car makes it that every car is detected, but otherwise it's fine. And you say it makes more dirt, but if you run your train often and you clean your track once in a while, it's fine. Like it's depending on how big your layout is, you might have a lot, and it's hard to keep maintaining your whole layout. But if it's a small layout where wiping the whole track takes less than 10 minutes, it's not a nightmare to. It's fine to just have plastic wheels. It's just the return on investment of metal wheels. I don't find it worth it. Like it runs better. I'm not gonna deny it. It looks better, and it doesn't leave as much dirt on the track or pick up as much dirt actually. But it's so expensive, and the difference so not that big that is yeah. As August said, switching to over to microtrains, couplers, and metal wheels with bearings will be more expensive per car than I spend on 95% on my rolling stock. Exactly. Even if you buy big packs of wheels and microtrains, especially since microtrains doesn't sell their trucks with metal wheels, you need to also buy wheels. It goes up way too quickly. Yeah, I'd rather not fall asleep with my trains running, though. That's the thing. That's asking for derailments. As soon as you look away, they derail. So I'm not taking that chance. No way. So, all right. So stream's going well. That train's going great now. Um, do you guys want to see me A, strike a pose, and B, do some operations? And by that I mean split that long BC rail train into the yard so that we can run the wider curve, or do you want me to just, uh, I guess I'm good at, or something, I'm a god or something. Uh, uh, so you guys want to see that, or do you want me to strike a pose? All right, I guess that's gonna happen. Instead of muting myself, I will switch to the audio of the webcam. It's not gonna be as good, but I'm gonna be able to talk to you guys while I'm doing it, so it's better than nothing. And give me a second. I will. So properties, switch to the webcam. Okay. It's gonna be tinny, but oh boy. Oh, wait. All right, so it might sound less good, but at least you guys can hear me now while I do this. I will strike a pose, but I will turn off my webcam so you guys don't see my butt the entire time. This. And I will be doing some switching, which is not actually full switching, just putting the cars away in the rail yard here. And then once that's done, we'll be able to use that line again. So I just need to stop the current CN somewhere else so it's not in the way. And then we'll be able uh, to do that switching, because this is a DC layout, so I can't control trains separately. And before you guys tell me to switch to DCC for this, that's not happening. N scale conversions is a lot more complicated, and I don't have the patience for it.
So let's power up that track, and we'll split that train apart. And if anyone said that they're not seeing me strike a pose, well, I'm sorry, but I'm not here to do a show. So, well, yes, a model train show, but not a model show. Especially since I'm not in my PJs today, it's not the time for shows. So first set of cars is in its section. Second will go here. I hope this is entertaining. If it's not, well, I will not be doing this again on other live streams. It's just I thought it would be more interesting to see me do some switching than just have a blank screen for a little while and then suddenly, boom, it's back with everything on. So this actually will go. I could push it here, and I know it'll foul the switch, but that's fine. I just hope it doesn't foul that switch, which it will. Okay, so that's not the spot. What I'll do is I'll leave the three. I'll put it where this one belongs, which is over there, and I'll leave the three big reefers out to uh, push them in their spot, which is beside the industry right there. Right there, and there's a derailment, but we won't talk about it. We'll just act as if it never happened. Like this. And this will be pushed into the transfer track, which is what I call this area. And we will back up the BC rail engine in the yard. And we will be using the shorter CN, the GP40W, to push these cars where they belong. We will put her with my other engines down here. We need to turn on the power. So actually, I need to turn on this one and go grab this. Let's couple them together. Yes, these are actually speed match. Somehow I was lucky enough to find a set of speed match dash 8s. Oh, the turnout is wrong. That's why it's not working properly. And now they are electrically insulated. I will turn it off, and I can bring back this one and use, and we'll do some more switching, but with the GP42W. So I'm gonna come back to the chat later when I have the proper mic on, but I will go back through. I'm seeing a lot of good things being talked, and also a lot of people that wants to see my butt more. That's not happening. This is not a butt display challenge. Even my girlfriend's there asking for more. She can see it every other time, and it's hers to see, not Jim's to see, just to make it clear. So for that reason, the, the we will not be doing the camera to show my butt. and we will enjoy the trains as it should. All right, so let's go push those into the industry. This. If they derail around here, that is not abnormal. This track work is spotty at best. It is more of a yeah, they all derail. Nice. This is more of a display section. I tried to make it good and then it didn't work, so now it's more of a uh, display of cars than an actual switching section. I will need to work on this and bring it back to a switching level of use, but I will we will see what happens there. This is and eventually I'll work on this section, on this area. Why is it so bad though? It shouldn't be that bad. I know it's not great, but it's. I just love these McCain cars. Well, these Arctic car. So much. They add so much to layout. And this, well, this technically this one's a Carnation, not a Arctic car, but they're clearly the same car, just different paint scheme. Um, they are not common. These were made by Walters like way back, and they haven't made any since. I've seen Atlas make a set of big reefers, but it's not that model at all. So I'm quite happy that I found 3. Now we should be able to use this part of the layout, just making sure all my switches are good. Yep. All right, so we're going to be back to the proper mic, and we will see my face again. So laptop cam is back, and microphone. Not this. Properties.
Here you go. This is back. Oh, right. The sound's gonna be. There you go. So, back to the chat. We will skip over the butt views comments because there's some people in here that just wants to see the world burn. I'll just give it more speed, just a bit more speed. There you go. Yeah. Oh, why is the train not moving? Where is it caught? All right, I'll be. Oh, it's this one. Why are you acting up? You there did fine for so long and you just decided. Everything was so great. Why did you stop being. Oh, and it's not even the section that people can see the derailment, so they can't even see what's happening or why I'm stopping right now. That's just annoying. Please don't derail again. You were working great earlier. All right, so back to the comments. All right, so let's switching. No. All right, have fun. Go see what's up with the kitties, August. You know. I mean, I guess you could say that being off the track means it's a Norfolk Southern train because that happens way too often. No, this is not OnlyFans. Maybe I should start one since people seems to enjoy it more than I'd like to admit. I'm not. No, that's not happening. Yeah. So yeah, that was a reefer madness. I have 2 Tropicana reefers. They run awful, but they look amazing. So usually they are the one parked there for that reason. These are technically the same size without the generators on the outsides. So I had seen a comment that was actually about the railroad and not about my butt. Where is that? Oh, Colleen, I am sad, but only that I do not own that BC Rail caboose. Yeah, I had been looking for a caboose for years, and when Rapido, it derailed again at the same spot. Okay, so that car is being dramatic. I will, I think it's the coupler height, the trip pin on the coupler height. I will turn it around, see if it helps. If that fixes it, I'll call it a day. And, if it doesn't fix it, we'll cry about it. Because I'm running that car. Damn it, I am. Sounds like it's on the track. Alright, so yeah, that caboose, Colleen, is when Rapido did a pre-order. There was I pre-ordered one because I couldn't miss out on a single Rapido, a single BC Rail caboose, which right after I got my caboose, they re-release the BC Rail engine that I have, which I had missed the previous time. So I was quite happy to have gotten the combo basically at the same time. I have no idea what kind of music you guys are listening right now, and I feel awful about that. I am sorry that if it's not good. I just wanted a background noise, but I'm realizing now that it probably isn't what you guys are usually listening to. Let's see if this time it goes around properly. Quite a nice train set, though, I have to say. There's just one car I wanted to put on that I don't see right away. It's a, what's it called? Oh, now I forgot the name too. It's a Wisconsin Central boxcar 50-footer. I know I have it. I've ran it multiple times. I just don't see it because I want to rent it. Might be on my other train table, actually. I don't see it. Might still be there, but I don't see it. And will it go through? It did. Okay, so that car's fixed. Well, fixed, not fixed, but it's fine. I will have to go look for the you know I don't want to sing. So I'll go look for the Wisconsin Central car and I'll be back in a sec. Alright, I am back. I did not find that car for some reason. I know I have it. I guess it has to be in its box back there because there's a few still in their box there that I haven't took out since I moved. But I was so sure I used the car, so I I don't know where it was supposed to be on my layout, so that's why I'm confused. Anyways, back to the chat. I got to drive a Wisconsin engine. Oh, that must have been a really good experience. That I hope you found a model of that in a specific engine so you can say that you were in there, and you could even get yourself a figurine of yourself to put in the engine. That would be like the ultimate modeler's goal, I think. I'm so annoyed by the fact that I can't find that car. I can find every single other one that I'm thinking of that was used with that car, but I can't find that one. Because I was running a train set earlier, not earlier as in today, but as in a week ago. And it was part of the set, and it was... Why do I have every single car of that set except that one? I know I have it out somewhere. That I'm not gonna sleep over this one, or I'm gonna find it right after the stream. It's one or the other. If they can make, I mean, some people could renumber one for you. If they make an SD45 Wisconsin Central, that's the proper paint. Changing the number could be done by someone else. I know some people do it, and it's much easier than you'd think. I haven't tried it, but Dave has done it. So if Dave can do it, it can't be the worst. So yeah, just a thought. All right, so it. Oh wow, it's almost 11. I will be stopping that train and putting the Japanese train on because I want to run it today, and I've promised it to other people, and I don't know if everyone who I promised it to is still here. So for that reason, I will switch to the Japanese train. I wanted to finish at 11, and it's 10:53 at my time zone. I will switch it right now, and we will go a bit further than the 11 for that reason. But if it gives me a lot of trouble, then we won't stay that much longer. So yeah, all right. I'll be switching the audio again, turning off my butt cam again, and properties, switch audio.
Okay. And switch and turn off my butt cam. Oh shoot. Well, since I did that mistake. So I was supposed to be sending the train on that track to stop it. I completely forgot. So I just switch now, and I will prepare the other train in the meantime while this one does a last lap. I'm sure people will All right, good night, Raven. Sorry, I didn't show you the Japanese train before you left. I'm setting it up right now, so unfortunately you will not be able to see it unless you stay and lurk. I understand if you do both. Um, so yeah, that will be how the stream goes. But from this point on, you should be able to see the Japanese train go around this layout for a few laps for people who wants to see it. And that will be the last train. I know I didn't run as many trains as I wanted to, but that's what happens when we have good discussions and a good time. At least we did see some trains run, and they were quite nice looking trains, if I do say so myself. Of course, since I bought them, it's because I like them, so I have a biased opinion on this one. But we don't talk about that part. We just talk about. Oh, I forgot that switch. I am not good at throwing switches. Huh. Maybe I'm not made for operation after all. Maybe I'm not made for operations. Whatever. I still run these trains and I love them. There you go. So, power is off to that one. And I just realized I fouled my re-railer by doing this. Nice. I will be moving that train out, putting the other train on, and then I'll do I'll do what I need to. So, let's put it that way. Oh, goodbye, August. Sorry. Oh, shit. The sound too amplified. Good night, August. Sorry you missed it. I know you wanted to see it really bad. I'm trying to hurry up and putting it on so you can see at least a bit of it. But if you can't, I understand. Have a good night. Always love having your support here. You're always a great viewer. Not that the other ones aren't. It's just you talk a lot, so it's really nice that your participation is noticed and appreciated. So, all right, let's see the Japanese train move. It's moving. We will be putting it on the track, on the proper track after, and you might see it do one lap or two if you're lucky. I just realized I put it the wrong way around. Oh. Well, not the wrong way, but. And let's go fast because it's a Japanese train. I mean, it's a bullet train after all, so we can't go slow. Also, I'd like to point out, so far so good. Uh, Usually it derails within a lap, so even if it derails from that point on, I'm okay with it. It did That would be actually amazing if you find any in N-scale, Colleen. And if you do find some, let me know. I want some as well. Uh, I do have a N-scale gas station. I need to find it to show you. And it's a Japanese N-scale gas station that works for Canadian, for North America as well. Where did I put this? I know. Oh God, where did I put this? I love that little gas station. Well, it's not a gas station, it's a convenience store. It's a 7-Eleven, but it's a Japanese one. It's written in Japanese on it. Where did I put it? I know I had it. Is it in here? I thought I put it back in the spot. Where did I put that? Yeah. Got it. It was in its box. I will show you that right now. So, give me a second. I'll put it in front of the camera. I just need to take it out of the box, make sure I don't lose anything, because there's quite a few detail parts. So it was in previous. So this is the 7-Eleven. It comes with little. The interior isn't fully detailed. It's just plates with stickers on them. I have some extra stickers that it came with right there. That's the food and stuff that it's in it. So that's how this works. It has an extra parking space and extra railing, and also a little sign. But as you can see, it's written in Japanese on the little sign. So I thought this was a very cool kit. There's a few stores on eBay and outside of eBay that sells directly from Japan to Canada, and I know you're in Canada, Colleen, so that's why I'm mentioning this. Shipping is actually cheap, and import fees are basically just a tax, a sales tax. So I would highly recommend checking them out. I fully trust Plaza Japan, um, which has been a uh, successful seller for me. I also order directly from Japanese seller on eBay. Always a good experience. That's how I got that bullet train. It's from Japan. It was sold for a decent price on eBay. I made a lowball offer. They replied very quickly. They replied very quickly to me saying, "Hey, it's too low. We can't really do that." I did not have time to reply to them because I was busy with work. They replied to me later during the day, "Hey, turns out we'll do it for that price." I wasn't actually expecting them to uh, uh, to actually do it. So yeah, but they did it. So I got it for an even cheaper price. I was incredibly happy, and that's for the bullet train. The convenience store was regular price on eBay, but it was actually a good price, and I'd say it's worth looking into. I apparently also heard that you can buy from Amazon.jp for Japan, and it will ship to Canada unless otherwise specified, and it works great. So that could be also an option for you. Um, I for my USA viewers, I cannot tell you whether what works and what doesn't work for that stuff because I don't know. I'm not from the States, so I don't have any experience with that. But I've heard a lot of people think that Plaza Japan ships to the US no problem, but I cannot say for the rest. You'll have to verify with someone in the States for that. Uh, but yeah, So it's 11:05 here. It's gonna be 11:15. I'm gonna stay till 11:15 so we can enjoy 4 more minutes of this. I might actually slow it down a little bit just so we can see it better, because while the effect of speed is nice, it's also a really nice train that I like to see go by. Uh, let's put it at that speed where it's still looking fast but not too fast. And I will be fixing the front railing on my other engine because it fell off. The front fell off. I don't know if you guys saw that meme, but it's okay. I know the music has stopped as well, but since you guys hear the trains and since it's almost the end, it's fine. Again, that wasn't at the end. The music that was playing was not what I anticipated. It was just because it went over the time of the playlist. It's all no copyright sound, so it was fine. But I still don't wanna have problems with that, so I just turned it off, and we'll I'll have to set up a proper playlist with the YouTube music already implemented. Let's. Where are my tweezers? I need my tweezers to put that back, because putting back something like this is not easy. Oh, right there. Or in my face. That's why I didn't see them. Oh, why'd you stop? Oh, it doesn't have power fed to it. Okay, that's fine. It actually ran better without the drop of power. If I go over 11:10, it's okay. I'm just fixing my engine, so more train time for you guys and more train time for me as well. Come on, get in there. Yeah, I mean, right now I'm going slower, but thank you, August. I didn't think you were still here. I had it going faster a little earlier, but you can't see it well when it goes full speed, so that's why I brought it down to this speed. But the Japanese trains are just so elegant looking. I think elegant is the best word I could use to describe this. They're elegant and sleek. I couldn't be happier with them. And this is one of the older generations. The new ones are super aerodynamic, which is also cool, but not as doesn't look the same. It looks really intense. I like the simpler look of this one. That is the 100 series. So the 0 and the 100 series are my two favorite, which are the two older generations um, of Japanese bullet trains. Um, I just thought they were quite nice. I don't have the other generation, unfortunately, but that's going to be for another time. Uh, again, it's not free, so I need funding for this. I mean, this is one of those trains that I believe absolutely do not need DCC because it's meant to be ran on a loop. Like Kato designed it to be ran on a loop on its own track. So having even if everything else was DCC, this one would deserve its own separate loop of just running at its speed on its own track. So I don't think it's. I think this would be the last one I'd convert, not because I don't think it's worth, but not because I don't think it deserves it. Au contraire, it's really nice. It's just it's not meant to do operations, which DCC is what it's drawn for. Oh yeah, Colleen, I absolutely agree with you. I would love to ride one. They still operate this exact paint job and this is exact train. It's their older one, but it's still operating. So that would be also cool. A little bit more complicated to set up, unfortunately. But yeah, it would be actually a quite a cool thing to have on the layout. I'm gonna focus on my current layout before building a different system like that. um, but the idea behind maglev is pretty brilliant, if you ask me. Yes, and I do have that. I have a double track super elevated curves that I have. I have the piers. I have everything to set it up. I just don't have it set up right now due to space constraint on the current form of the layout. But in the new iteration, it will be running on a loop meant for this. So definitely in the plans. Don't worry about that. So it's 10:11. Not 10:11. It's 11:11. I will be ending the stream on this note, on this happy note of this beautiful process going by. And I wish you all a good night, a good week, and a good week. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the stream. I truly did. I do think that N scale is my best scale for me. Not that HO scale has anything wrong, but I'm more comfortable with N scale. And I will see you guys next week on another live stream. I don't know which layout will be used, depending on what work I do on which layout during the week, and we will. And if you guys have a preference, leave a comment on the replay of this live stream on which one you'd like to see next week. So have a good night.